Tag, magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat, mga kababayan. This is your host, Jing Paras, live at Sovereign PH TV 911. And this is your program, Koffee Klatch, aired every Saturday at 10 a.m. And this is where the issues, the current events, are always hot and steaming. Today, I'm with my co-host, Z Saldua. Good morning, Z.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, Z, we were supposed to have our guest, Administrator Bernard Olalia of POEA, but unfortunately, we were not able to get hold of a good line with him. And it's just unfortunate because there are lots of questions or issues being asked by our mga bayani natin, mga Filipinos abroad, and those who are also, intending to leave for work abroad. Now, we like to inform our viewers, our listeners, that we will be hosting again and guesting Admin Olalia next week. But for the meantime, since we're here, we'd like to make chika with our viewers, considering that there are still a lot of issues that have to be tackled. And I know, coming from your end, you're very visible, you're very busy with events and with a lot of activities. Maybe we can discuss some of those things that come your way, in the process of your exposed to a lot of things out there. So this morning, I want to give you Zay to give an introduction or preparatory statement on our show today. Zay, good morning.
Good morning.
Good
Actually,
morning.
yes, it's unfortunate that
the admin of the
POEA
won't
be able to join us.
However,
we will be
we
interviewing him in another episode. Hope
episode.
all of our viewers can still share with us their comments and their questions
for the
because
admin,
we can
because we can
prepare them
prepare them
for our
for our
speaker
or for our guest.
For today, probably we can
talk about a number of
things.
things.
They can talk to
They
us.
can talk to
They
us.
can send us their questions,
Or they can send us their suggestions.
We can talk about events right now in the Philippines
I am in the events industry and it's increasing in its
popularity,
and people are continuing to
reach out
towards the events industry, and not just making it
live or
face-to-face,
but now they're doing
a blended type of event.
There is an
online component and a face-to-face component so that we can have proper social distancing,
or a pure social distancing type of event by doing it online 100%. We can also talk about the fact that Eid al-Adha is really coming soon. It's on July 20th, if I'm not mistaken.
I know.
And other things that are happening in the country. So I'll leave it up to you, our main host, Jing Paras, if ever would like to choose a specific topic. I'm more than happy to have this conversation.
Well, always being discussed actually is how our government continues to act on the COVID-19 pandemic, and a lot of questions are being raised on the vaccination, on the lockdown, and of course the things about this new variant. It's very vital to know about this new variant. They call it the Delta, whereby it also affects a lot of our OFWs, considering that a lot of our OFWs are bound for Middle East, and it seems that this new variant comes from India. and of course flights are being canceled, flights are being redirected. So maybe those things need to be given as an information to our public, and maybe government should explain the actions that they're taking, and how it affects our general public. So that's one, and also with regards to the vaccination, government personalities are not consistent with their statement in attaining the so-called herd immunity, no, whereby Mr. Galvez of IATF is saying that by November, he was saying that there shall be already the rate of vaccination at the rate of 500,000 vaccinated every day. But on the other hand, Secretary Duque says it will be sometime in January of 2022. So that's about difference of about 3-4 months. But some people are also saying that, well, these are all very promising, but the entry or the arrival of vaccines are not what we desire to have. So these things have an effect on our people somehow. Then there are also those who do not want to be vaccinated still, or are still fence sitting, no? They're waiting for these things to really unfold. So yung mga ano, what do you think of those issues, Zay? Ako, hindi niya nakamute. We can't hear you, Zay. We can't hear you. Nakamute yung ano mo. Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, sorry.
Yes,
sorry, it was muted a while ago.
Relevant topic,
Especially
especially
since we're talking about the
vaccine.
Yes.
Yeah, and I just recently got the vaccine. I got my vaccine from my city, which is Las
Piñas
Piñas City, and they're
City,
providing
Wow.
Pfizer and Sinovac.
It really depends on what
they are able
to provide,
to
or
provide, or
what
what they were able to receive from the government.
So what did you
Even
have,
for
by
me,
the way?
For me, I
I took
took Pfizer.
Wow, and well,
Yeah.
Pfizer vaccine has a lot of stories to. Well, I've spoken to some of my friends who had Pfizer, who had Sinovac, but it seems Pfizer had more side effects. I understand. Were you able to experience some side effects like fever or something like that from Pfizer?
Actually, after my first
After
dose,
my
on the
first
day
dose,
itself,
on
I
the
still
day
felt
itself, I
fine.
still felt
I
fine.
just had
I just
a
had
slight
a
headache
slight
because
headache
I thought that
because
it was
I
just
thought
from the
that it was
heat
just
because
from the
it's been
heat
very
because
hot
it's been very
recently.
hot
But
recently.
then the next day, I started getting
I started getting
migraine, and then I felt
and then I felt
nauseous. I felt like I'm going to throw up all the time.
all the
And I
time.
also
And I
had
also
a loss
had
of
a
appetite,
loss of
but I had
appetite, but I had
no fever
no
whatsoever.
fever
So I
whatsoever.
still,
So I still,
in the long run,
in
I
the
felt
long
good
run, I
because
felt
on the
good because
third
on the
day,
third
I had
day,
no
I
side
had
effects
no side
whatsoever.
effects
So it really
whatsoever. So it
depends,
really
though. I don't want to
depends, though.
say
I don't
that
want to
these
Yes.
say
are
that
the
these are
standard
the
side
That-
standard
effects. It
side
really
effects.
depends
It really
on your
depends
body,
on your
your
body,
lifestyle.
your lifestyle.
And thankfully
And
for me,
for
it just took
me,
me
it
out
just
for
took
a
me out
day.
for a day.
And it wasn't on the
And it
same day
wasn't
of
on the
the
same day
vaccine,
of
but
the
the next
vaccine, but
day.
the
And
next
to be
day.
honest,
And
I
to be
really did
honest, I
not
really
have
did
any
not have
soreness in
any
my
soreness in my
arms. So
arms.
some people
So some
complain
people
na
complain
mabigat
na
yung
mabigat
arm
yung
nila,
arm
or
nila,
the
or
arm is
the
getting
arm
really
is getting
heavy
really
because of the
heavy because of
vaccine.
the
That's
vaccine. That's
normal, by the
normal,
way.
by the way.
But I
But
did not
I
feel
did not
that
feel
unless
that
you
unless
touched
you
my
touched
arm.
my
So that's
arm.
when
So
I
that's
would
when
feel
I would
sore.
feel sore.
Otherwise, I was
Otherwise, I
okay
was
after the
okay after
second
the
day. But
second day.
if
But
ever
if
that you
ever that you
want to take the
want to take the
vaccine, I
vaccine,
highly
I
suggest
highly
that you
suggest
take
that to take
2 days
2 days
to your work
to
so
your
that you
work
can
so that you can
recover, because
recover.
Two
Because
days
different
off. 2
people
days
have
off
different.
after, no? Yeah.
Yes,
yes,
yes.
yes.
They need to.
Well,
They really need to
They
relax.
really need to relax.
I took Sinovac, and in fact, my second dose was about 5 days ago. Yeah, and well, fortunately, there were no what you call side effects, no, except siguro a few seconds of numbness, but otherwise, Sinovac was okay, and I guess a lot of people I've spoke with or have spoken to were also taking Sinovac, and we have common experience, no side effect. But with Pfizer, another friend of mine, got down for at least 3 days. He had fever, and but his girlfriend, who was taking Pfizer also along with him, did not have any serious side effect or a fever like that. So just like you, no. So, and another friend took AstraZeneca. They also had fever. It really, I guess it boils down to the fact that ang tao iba-ibang sistema sa katawan niya, no. Mayroong malakas na it's able to withstand the transition when you take the immune system, or some are very vulnerable. But otherwise, at the end of the day, once all the side effects are over, then you are strong enough to head on with the COVID-19 infection.
Vaccine.
Yeah. So we would like to encourage our people. There are still a lot of them outside saying that they will wait and see. But I guess everyone should take advantage now that the government is being liberal in terms of letting everyone be vaccinated. No, so I think everyone should take advantage of this some generosity of the government in giving these vaccines.
Yes, I totally agree. And people should really consider the fact that they have a social responsibility to take the vaccine. Having said that, though, I want everybody to also remember that if they do have any type of a pre-existing condition, they should also let their doctors know and ask them whether or not they should take the vaccine. Because there are certain side effects that may be a little crucial for certain people, but that's only because they have pre-existing conditions. So let's say you had maybe you had cancer before, or maybe you had a certain disease, and it might not be compatible with the vaccine, and it might cause dire consequences. So when you are going to get screened for the vaccine, because just so everybody knows, the process of getting the vaccine,
there's an interview.
show up. And then, yes, exactly. Not just show up and then you get the vaccine. You have to show up, you have to register. There's also counseling if ever you have flu out.
That's true.
And then you also have screening. After the screening, and you are approved. During that screening, they're going to ask you all of your pre-existing conditions. So please be honest and tell them, even if this condition has been from way back. Just in case.
That's very true. Yeah. Because
then
you'll get the vaccine and everything else.
it might have really an effect on your body, this vaccine. But generally, in the country, there aren't much reports of
very rarely.
serious. Well, we always get from our friends, especially when we are we're in a group chat, a lot of information from abroad that so and so died of a heart attack because of this vaccine. Some had died of this and that. But not in the Philippines so far. We have not heard of anyone that really suffered death or serious injury due to the vaccination.
Is because I have a friend whose uncle unfortunately passed away because something in his medical history was brought back because of the vaccine. But this again should not alarm you. It should just allow you to be more aware and to make sure that you be honest with your medical history to your doctors and the people who are screening. Because the COVID-19 kills more people than the vaccine. The vaccine is very rarely that you're going to have a side effect. And again, it's not because of the vaccine. It's because of your pre-existing medical condition.
Yeah, your comorbidity. Yeah.
Yes,
so to speak,
yes. If you connect it with the vaccine, it just might have a side effect that might affect your pre-existing medical condition. But people should always consult the doctor if they do have a serious medical condition. If not, if you're healthy, if you don't have anything that has affected your health, even 20 years before, we highly suggest or we highly recommend that you take the vaccine. And I just want to commend my city because the mayor was very active in making sure that people are excited to take the vaccine by announcing that you will be giving a house and lot to motorcycles and 5,000 pesos worth of
Well, it's you're lucky that you live in a city where the mayor is filthy rich. And who owns a lot of land in that area. Well, I hope some of some of the other mayors would do the same. Maybe unload some of their wealth, so to speak. Well, anyway, but if I recall, when we interviewed Secretary Duque, it's very important that we should tell our Filipino brothers and sisters that vaccine is really a shield against death or serious effect of COVID. Vaccine may still infect you, but it prevents severity and it prevents death for sure. But mind you, by the way, we are joined with our co-host, Ado. Good morning, Ado. How are you? You look different. New hairdo, I guess. Well, Ado, initially, we went into this chat with Z because our guest was supposed to join us had a technical problem with his connection, so we'd rather have it pursued his guesting on next Saturday. So now we're just chatting about vaccines, its encouragement, its end result, and I was just talking when we interviewed Secretary Duque that he made mention that vaccine really prevents severity and death of COVID infection, no? People with, but mind you, even if you have vaccine or you're already vaccinated, you will still get infection and you will be a carrier. And for sure, you can still bring damage to people within your household. Yeah. Well, something came through. So yun. With regards to pros and cons, well, it's really very, very advantageous to have yourself vaccinated. And by the way, yes, please proceed. Do.
Pag-district na ako, mas pagkakuna rin. Maganda na
medyo inaudible ka, Do. Please try to check your microphone.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, please proceed.
Okay. I'm also decided already to have myself vaccinated. In fact, program na ako for scheduling together with my son. And the experience so far has become, this is already part of our normal life. And imbis naman na magpa-insure ka pa and all that stuff. Without, hindi ka naman magpapabakuna. So, ano talaga, protection mo, wala naman. So, we are already in this reality. And even though I have managed to escape because even though I'm 73 years old, by the way, malakas ang resistensya ko. And I take really big precautions. Even especially when I'm invited to restaurants and public places. But this will never really be enough because the vaccine itself is mutating. The vaccine itself is reinventing itself. And then the virus, kung hindi ka vaksinado, vulnerable ka lang. And you're going the other way. And that is not, it seems to me, the most practical way to be behaving right now.
Well, by the way,
tayo, mga kabansa, at para ma-accelerate na itong new normal. Hindi pa ba kayo napapagod?
anyway, as in addition to that, you should not kampante, no? You should not be taking things for granted. That even if you're vaccinated, you ought to still continue preventing yourself to be infected. That's why there has been calls, no, that a lot of our Filipino brothers and sisters had been very lax. After they get vaccinated, they start to be being lax. Na I'm now invincible. I cannot have severe. I cannot die. However, you may cause the death of your peers, of your family, because you may be a carrier. You may have been vaccinated, but you can still get infected, and you can be carrying the infection when you get home, to your children, to your parents. So it's still important to have a continued precaution, such as probably you still have to have PCR testing, di ba? Some are now very very lax in going to undertake antigen or PCR testing, which will be important to determine if you are a carrier or not. You may not die, you may not have severe, but you can cause the death of your neighbors, of your family, because you will be infecting them if you are a carrier. So yun, I encourage still a lot of people to be cautious and check on them, check on yourself. If you had been, lalo na pag nakasalamuha mo lahat na tao, you're in a restaurant, you're in a public transport, you are vulnerable. Even if you're vaccinated, you're vulnerable. So magpapa-antigen ka or whatever. I think the best is PCR test, no? To monitor yourself, so that even if you're vaccinated pero nagka-infection ka, hindi ka makakahawa doon sa mga tao na close to you, or people that you get in touch every day. You think that that is a right direction, Zay?
I agree completely because of course even after COVID-19, to be honest, with my own experience, I'm already traumatized by this COVID-19 pandemic to the
Yeah,
point
I
where
know.
even if we're all immune because of the vaccine, I'm still gonna continue to wear the face mask. Maybe not the face shield anymore, but the face mask for sure if I'm going to be in public transportation, if I'm going to be in a public area. And it's just for the future insurance, just so that I have peace of mind that I might not get any other disease. I think it's a good step to take, especially in 2021. We've learned that a disease, or even getting a common flu or any type of sickness, we should be more aware of, more cautious about.
Yes,
And we
yes.
should continue to wear the face mask even after the pandemic is over. And I do agree, even if you take the vaccine, you also have a responsibility to make sure that you're not going to be a carrier to anybody else. And we need to continue to inspire other people to take the vaccine as well.
That's true. Yeah, that's very true. So we just hope that our government, through our government officials who are given by the president. The president is very active and it's really on top. However, there are certain conflict in terms of statements on the arrival of vaccines. So this must be corrected. Otherwise, a lot of people will be confused about when is this gonna be the so-called herd immunity and how many vaccines can really come about in their quest to have this delivered to our country. Yeah. So, Ado, what do you say?
Well, definitely, our country is starting to show a good track. Ano ba ang latest ngayon? Nasa 10 na ba? Nasa 10 million people na ba? O vaccine?
We're nearing. I guess we're nearing that or thereabouts. Yeah. I guess. Yeah.
Meron ng momentum eh.
Yes.
So,
In fact, even if you go to municipalities and cities, there's pila on the vaccine. It seems. Ado. Ado, can you fix your mic? Well, so much for the yes. So much for the vaccine. I guess. Yes. Zay, it seems you have mentioned earlier about some Muslim celebrations, and maybe you can share with us. No, our country. It's not only Christians, but our brothers are also of the Muslim faith. No, so give us some insight on this and maybe a lot of Christians might convince to go to the Muslim religion, so to speak.
Well, the whole point of sharing about this celebration of Eid al-Adha is really not really to convince Christians to convert, but just to create understanding and to create more of a unity between our brothers and sisters, no matter what faith they are, because it is really interesting why they are celebrating Eid al-Adha, which, by the way, it is on I'm mistaken. Eid al-Adha concludes the pilgrimage to Mecca, which is of course part of our five pillars of faith, which is pilgrimage, also shahada, which is saying that there is God but one God, also fasting, also zakah, giving all And
And
like I said, the
like I
pilgrimage
said, the
and
pilgrimage
last
and
week
last
we
week
do
we
have
do have
the
we
fact
do
that
have the fact that
Eid al-Adha is a
Eid al-Adha
celebration
is
at
a
the end of
celebration
the
at the end of
pilgrimage.
the
So it lasts for
pilgrimage. So
three
it lasts
days,
for 3 days,
and you
and
will appreciate
you
this,
will
or all of our
appreciate this,
Christian
or
brothers
all
and
of our
sisters
Christian
will
brothers and
appreciate
sisters
it
will
because it
appreciate it because it
commemorates the story
commemorates the
of
story
Abraham
of Abraham
and
Mm.
how he
and
is
how
very
he is
willing to
very
obey
willing
God
to
by
obey God
sacrificing
by
his son.
sacrificing his son.
So it's the
So
same
it's the
story that
same
appears in
story
the
that appears in
Bible.
the
It is
Bible. It is
familiar to
familiar
Jews
to
and
Jews and
Christians.
Christians.
One key
One
difference is that
key difference
Muslims
is that
believe that the
Muslims
son
believe that the
was
son
Ishmael
was
rather than
Ishmael rather
Isaac,
than
but
Isaac,
basically
but
it
basically
is
it is
sacrificing
sacrificing
one of his sons
one
to
of his
God.
sons to God.
So what we
So
do in
Yeah.
Eid
what we do
al-Adha
in
is
Eid
we
al-Adha is we
basically
basically
sacrifice a
sacrifice a
lamb
lamb
in commemoration
in
of that
commemoration of that
story.
story.
And it's
Mm.
basically a
And it's
symbol
basically a
of how
symbol
we
of
are
how we are
dedicated to
dedicated
God and
to
how we
God and how
are
we are
obedient to Him,
obedient to
and
Him, and our willingness to
our willingness to surrender ourselves
surrender
to God.
ourselves to God.
Wow,
So
that's
it's really
So
not
it's really
something
not
that's very
something that's
alien
very
because it is a
alien because
story
it is a
that can be
story that
found in the
can be found
Bible
in the
and can
Bible and
be
can
found in
be
the
found
Torah
in
as
the
well.
Torah as well.
that's really interesting because well, Christian and Muslim, it's just one people who believe in one God, except that they have Allah, they have Jesus Christ, they have God the Father, and But I guess what is the common ground is to do the good, to be righteous, and to
Yeah, so
Yeah, so
basically what I
basically
want
to
what I
have
to
want to
faith.
share by
by
sharing Eid
sharing Eid
al-Adha
al-Adha
is just
is
if
just
ever
if
that you
ever
have
that you have
Muslim brothers and
Muslim brothers and
sisters, or
sisters,
even
or
if you just
even
want
if
to
you just
post it
want to
on
post it
social
on
media,
social
feel
media,
free to
feel
say
free to
Eid
say Eid
Mubarak,
Mubarak.
just to
Just to
have that
have that
dialogue by
dialogue
just
by just
accepting the fact
accepting the
that they
fact that
have
they
a
have a
celebration and you
celebration
can
and you
also
can also
partake in the
partake in the
celebration as
celebration
well. We're
as
more
well.
than
We're more
happy
than
for you
happy
to
for you to
celebrate with
celebrate
us,
with
or
us, or
we're more than
we're
happy
more than
for
happy for
to hear
to
your
hear your
greetings to us
greetings to
during
us
Eid.
during Eid.
And what do we
And
do
what do
as
we do
Muslims
as
during
Muslims
Eid?
during
Well, of
Eid?
course
Well,
we
of course
pray,
we
but at the
pray, but
same
at the same
time,
time,
we buy
we buy
gifts for one
gifts for one
another. So you
another.
can
So you
consider
can
it
consider
like a
it like
Muslim
a Muslim
Christmas
Christmas
because
because
we buy
we
gifts for
buy
one
gifts for
another,
one
we buy
another, we
new
buy new
clothes during
clothes
this
during this
time,
time,
and we
and we
celebrate with
celebrate
family
with
and friends.
family
We
and
even
friends. We
visit
even visit
different
different
houses, just
houses,
like in
just like
Noche
in Noche
Buena, where you
Buena,
would
where you
visit
would visit
houses. Of
Mm.
houses.
course,
Of
during
course,
COVID, it
during
might
COVID, it
be
might
very,
be
very
very, very
different,
different,
but still,
but
that's
still,
the
that's the
whole
whole
festivity.
festivity.
This is I guess the third Muslim holiday, is it? We had both Muslim events were declared. The president declared a holiday for that. So this will be the third one for this year, and is that gonna be a holiday for celebration of this particular
Yes.
festive fest?
Yes, it
Yes,
is
it
going
is
to be
going
a
to be a
national holiday,
national
official
holiday, official
non-working
non-working
holiday.
holiday.
So
So
definitely something
definitely
that you
something
can
that you can
enjoy.
enjoy.
And
And
yes, there are
yes,
two
there are two
official
official
holidays in
holidays in
Islam. It's
Islam.
Eid
It's Eid
al-Fitr, which is
al-Fitr,
the
which is the
ending of
ending of
Ramadan, and of
Ramadan,
course
and of
Eid
course Eid
al-Adha. But I
al-Adha.
think
But I
in the
think in
Philippines
the
we
Philippines, we
also have a
also
holiday
have a
for
holiday
the first
for the
few days
first few
of
days of
Ramadan.
Ramadan.
I see. Ado, I don't know, Ado, if it's Ado Christian or Muslim, or you believe in another. Share with us your thoughts about this, Ado. Nako, na-mute mo yung mic
Sir
mo,
Ado,
Ado.
Sir,
naka-mic.
naka-mic.
Yung mic mo.
Okay.
Okay.
Am I coming across better now?
Yes, pretty good.
Okay.
Okay.
Um, I had a
I had a
very
very
fruitful faith
faith
experience.
experience.
In fact,
In
when I
fact,
went
when I
back to
went back
the
to the
Philippines,
Philippines,
I was a
I was a
retired
retired
missionary sa
missionary sa
Africa.
Africa.
I was a
I was
retired
a retired
Christian
Christian
missionary sa
missionary
Africa.
sa Africa.
South
South
Africa,
Africa,
Cameroon,
Cameroon,
um,
um,
ano pa ba?
ano pa ba?
Basta five
Basta five,
yun eh.
five yun eh.
Nigeria, and Ghana. So I was organizing Christian communities diyan. And in this country, you inevitably counteract with Islamic groups. And so working understanding of Islam is very important. Islam and Christianity is very close to each other because it believes in the same God. It's only in the children of Abraham na nakahiwalayan. Isaac, of course, proceeded with the Christianity and Ismael with the Islam until Islam got formalized. So pareho yan eh. There are some debates on who will be the subject of the sacrifice was. From the Christian viewpoint, it was Isaac. From the Muslim viewpoint, it was Ismael. Because it was normal during that time to sacrifice the older brother or the first son. But regardless of what it was, the feast of the sacrifice is very important in Christian or Islam tradition because it symbolizes the obedience of Abraham to the Father. Yun ang pinakabuo doon. Para sa akin, si Isaac o si Ismael ang na-sacrifice yan or was about to be sacrificed. It was the obedience of Abraham that should be highlighted there. And in fact, sa Islamic tradition, mas stricto sila sa compliance, sa obedience to Allah. And dito sa Christianity, mas emphasize yung freedom of choice. Susunod ko ba kay Allah o hindi? So, yan o, maraming pag-nuances yan. I was encouraged when I was a diplomat to take Islamology in Georgetown University. Dahil I participated in the peace talks of 1987. And nung kami nasa Maambong, hawak ko yung morning prayers ako, hawak ko yung Biblia. Eh, may mga lumalapit sa akin na mga Muslims na hawak ako nila yung Quran. And they were trying to ask questions and trying to draw similarities between the two books. Christians and Muslims, by the way, are the people of the book. We have our manual of operations in unlike other religions. So this feast of the sacrifice is very important. Because what God will do kung hindi mo naman susundan. My mission stopped in 2009 because I had to go back to the Philippines already to reinvent myself. Kajin, participating again in political analysis and writing books. Kasi wala na over 67 ka na sa US, nahihirapan ka na maghanap ng trabaho.
Well, anyway, so you've been around and you have a good, knowledge, information about Catholic or Christian, so to speak, and Muslim. And actually, in the Philippines, we're trying to close the gap between. That's why the government has, in fact, been very helpful in closing that gap, providing our Muslim brothers with the wherewithal, especially in Mindanao, to be able to really uplift themselves. No, so a lot of the money in the General Appropriations Act are actually allocated in improving the lives, especially with the Marawi incident. A lot of government care and attention are given there. So at the end of the day, Zay mentioned about the holiday. So it is not only celebrated by Muslims themselves, but by Christians and other religion. So anyway, we don't have that much time. We'll try to get hold of Attorney Bernard Olalia in the coming program we have, because there are lots of questions on the deployment of OFWs, which country have been closed for deployment. We want to hear information from that end, and especially a lot of our Filipinos now are waiting. There are lots of recruitment agencies who have been able to recruit, but they cannot deploy these workers because some countries, especially the Middle East, which has the biggest bulk of our FWs, are still not hiring, no, and there has been some problems in Saudi Arabia. So we would really want to hear from Attorney Bernard Olalia the situation there. So it's just a pity that he could not, his internet connection is not giving him opportunity to be able to chat with us on these issues. But rest assured, in the past Saturdays we had already representatives from the Department of Labor, like we had a good chat with Administrator Leo Hans Kakdak, and last Saturday we had also for local employment we had Assistant Secretary Nikki Tutay. So we're trying to get hold of the government official that can give us information on our OFWs, the deployment. So with that, we wish to share our program, ability to provide information. May we have your parting words? Zay has nagkaroon din ng problem, yung technical problems, Zay. But well, I guess she had said enough, and very informative yung mga sinasabi niya. And Ado, can you give us your parting words as far as our show is concerned today?
Yeah, maraming salamat po sa inyong tuloy ang pagpakinig ng aming programa. Pero pong napaka-importante ditong ating overseas Filipino workers. Ako po ay nagulat na despite the pandemic, ay wala pa pong 10% ang nabawas sa pinagdadala namin sa ating bayan.
Tama, yes.
Napakaliit po in proportion to the trouble created by this pandemic. Out of 30 billion ay halos 12 lang ho, 0.2 billion ang nabawas. So, yan po ang talagang may momentum po ang ating ang the very positive factor na sinutulong ng ating mga kabayan who go abroad. At ang suporta po na dapat manalangin sa ating gobyerno, sa ating mamamayan ay tuloy-tuloy. Nandiyan po yung suggestion ng separate department, no? That would integrate all the services and all the revenues and all the needs of our overseas Filipino workers. The senators are continuing to fine-tune really work for the benefit of not only our salamat po sa bansa sa inyong tulong pakikinig. I think we should be able to have our secretary Olalia, who's also the POEA administrator on Saturday. At asahan po ninyo na tuloy-tuloy din namin susubukan na ang mga technical problems namin ay maayos namin as we go along to improve on how this program can be delivered to your living room. Maraming salamat.
Yes, well, thank you so much, Z. Thank you so much, Ado. And, well, in closing, let us encourage our viewers to watch this program. And this is where you'll have a lot of information, a lot of current events, issues that are being deliberated in public are being trashed out here. So please watch Koffee Klatch under the broadcast of Sovereign PH TV 911, and wish you to hear from us every Saturday at 10 a.m. So have a nice day, have a great Saturday, and we are also available. You can watch us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and other platforms that you may wish. We are all covered by those platforms. So please watch Sovereign PH. You can also see our news online at sovereignph.com. You can just see it on our social media. Thank you so much and good morning. This is your host Jing Paras saying goodbye for now.